Hello, hello, Windsor. It is time for this week's Windsor real estate market update. As you can see, there were not very many houses that sold for one. There was only 47 houses on the week. But you can also see that there were only 4 that sold under. A strong, resilient market is a market where the houses that are selling over. We're not selling as many houses, but we're selling them far more over. Last week's data is right here. This week's data right here. So let's dive in, shall we? Last week we sold 81 houses. This week we sold 47 houses. Might just be seasonal adjustments. Have no clue. Everybody's away on vacation. The roads are pretty bare here because people are away. People travel in the summertime. Maybe that's what's going on. Have no clue. We did sell 47 houses. I was one of them. My house on Riverty got all settled up. Now I just need to sell my Sprucewood house. Then I'm going to need more listings. I've got 2 buyers coming in. Today, one of them's coming in at 11 o'clock. That's why I needed to get this done before then. So looking at the data sets, last week we listed $37 million worth of houses. This week we listed $21 million worth of houses. Last week we sold $41 million worth of houses. This week we sold $24 million worth of houses. Average over last week was $46,000. Average over this week was $58,000. Think about that, $58,000, up $10,000 from last week. Last week, 14 houses sold under for 17% of the houses selling under. This week, only 4 houses sold under for just 8.5% selling under. Everything else was over its asking price. Because realtors just choose a marketing price. They don't choose the actual physical value of the house. Partially because we do have a lot of part-time realtors here in the city of Windsor. It's part of the reason why we don't do square footage either. We don't want the liability as well. So anyway, $58,000 was the average overbid for the week. Now, when we think about what was the cheapest house that sold in the city of Windsor, $235,000. It was a 2-bedroom on College. What was the most expensive house that sold in the city of Windsor? $1.2 million. It was a house on Villa Borghese Street. I guess that's how you say that. Kind of know right where that's at. And of course, there was one on Lakeshore Drive in the city of Windsor that sold for $1 million. That was pretty good too. St. Thomas Tecumseh, and then Skinner and LaSalle was $630,000. That was a side-by-side, or a townhome, if you will. So, houses that have sold, you'll notice as you go through here that there wasn't a whole lot of houses selling over by the university. You'll also notice that, where is it here? It sold for $270. Right here. McKay, 249 McKay. That was a friend of mine's house. It way underperformed at negative 17.2. Simply because the realtor there didn't care about it, listed it with 1 photo and a 2% commission. Anything that is listed with just 1 photo and 2% commission will fail miserably, and this one failed miserably. Just did. I actually had buyers in town today for that house, but oh well, such is life. We'll pick up and find another one. There are houses out here at the side of every road. But looking at the data sets, there were 22 houses still that sold at 2% competing broker commission. There were 3 at 2.25. There were 20 at 2.5. And there was 1, mine, at 2.75. Now, mine at 2.75, I can tell you, we accepted a bully or advanced offer on it. My client had a specific number in mind. That offer was that specific number. And so we just simply didn't take any additional offers. We probably could have gotten a little bit more out of it. Instead of 500, we probably could have gotten 505, 506, 507 possibly, which would have changed this number as well too. But we didn't. We were happy with our number that we got. That's what we were looking for. There were some pluses and minuses to that house as well too. And so we were happy to be able to get our 5, and the deal came together and sold. Now, on this one, wherever it's at here, $500,000, this one here, Liberty, was listed at $449,900, which was its marketing price, and it sold for $500,000, had 3 bedrooms and 2 baths. And the reason that this one, we were happy to be able to get that too, is that he's moving to Texas. He was ready to go. And down in Texas, he's going to be living in his new trailer, so he didn't need as much revenue out of the house because he's not buying another house. So all kinds of different reasons for underperformance, if you will. But the performance would have been right on, spot on, if we would have just taken more offers. All of that is all good, just explaining it all to you. So then looking at 2%, 2.25, 2.5, 2.75, there were none at 3.0. How did they perform? The 2% commission houses only got 82.53% of the average over. 82.53% of the average over. That's all that a 2% house got. A 2.25% house got 117.7% of the average over 58,000. So they did better than 58,000 over on as a group. The 2.5%ers got 112.6% of the average over. Again, over and over and over and over and over, I've shown you, if you are a seller of a house, if the listing realtor comes into you and says, hey, the commission's 5%, we pay 3% to me because I've got all these marketing costs, and we pay 2% to the other competing realtor, fire that realtor immediately. Kick them out of your house and say, don't ever come back. Because mathematically, time and time and time again in these videos, I've shown you how those realtors, and there's great big groups of them, they really are. They're all out there making the money for themselves, and nobody is making the money for, sorry, my phone is ringing here, but there's nobody guiding you on the concept that you're going to underperform massively if you do that. And a realtor should want you to overperform rather than underperform. A realtor should guide you on this information. It's out here in the public realm. I do this video every single week. They can simply tune into my video and find this out and be able to coach you on it. But they don't. They only think about themselves and your underperformance. Massive underperformance. So if you're thinking about selling your house and you would like to have some conversations around overperformance, please give me a jingle, 519-995-6145. My signs are now available. At least I got to go over and pick up one sign today. I don't use sold signs either. I just go over and pick up my signs. I need my signs for other listings. It's that crazy busy. So I'll go over today and pick up my sign in my lockbox. And we still did better with all of the things being considered for him moving to Texas. We still did better than if we would have listed it at 2. Now, one more thing. Any more things? Let's see if there's anything more data-wise to be able to talk to you a little bit about. There really wasn't. The concepts of inexpensive houses in the city of Windsor. Let's look at that. 235, 300, 284, 360, 200. There was this one at 200 on Memorial. I haven't even looked at it. It was interesting because it was listed at 200 and it sold for 200. Don't know why. That was the cheapest house in the city of Windsor to sell for the week. And then, of course, we go up from there. This one here, way underperformed, but that was the house on McKay that we've already talked about. So you can see how affordable Windsor housing actually is. $450,000 today is an affordable house. That was only 2 bedrooms, but it was on Chandler. Chandler is a very popular road with a lot good-sized ranches on Chandler. So if you'd like to have some conversations around Windsor real estate, give me a jingle. Be more than happy to chat with you. 519-995-6145, 519-995-6145. Average selling price. You know, I didn't do that. Interesting. Let's do that math here too. 24,020,980 divided by 47. Average selling price in Windsor, Essex County, $511,080. That is up. Average selling price last week was $507,000. Average selling price this week, $511,000, up $5,000. Up $5K. Average selling price, which is right in where my house was, 511 or 500. Right in the ballpark of the average selling price. Anyway, that's that. Thank you for tuning in. This is this week's Windsor Market Update. I'll go out and sell some houses. Take care. Bye-bye.